Here on the campus of Shepherd University in historic Shepherdstown, West Virginia, where we get ready for Game 2 of today's women's and men's basketball doubleheader. It is the men's showdown as the Shepherd University Rams welcome in the Kutztown Golden Bears out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania. For TV10 Sports, I'm Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford. We have Avery Newport down on the sidelines. John Alderton is running our TV10 camera, and Eric Sterick, our engineer and producer, back at the studio. Well, the women's game in the books. Shepherd gets the thrilling victory in that one. Now let's find out how this men's game plays out. And Matt, just like in the women's game, the two teams very close to one another in the standings, albeit more towards the top of the standings. These two teams are, pretty close to one another. But right now, the middle of the pack for Kutztown and Shepherd trying to climb up out of the bottom of the pack.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. There are two teams that are in a similar position, being near each other in the standings, but not quite where they want to be in the standings at this point in the season. I know two teams that desperately need a win, and I think for Shepherd, they're coming off of a two-game road trip where it was a thrilling win with a 3 in the corner by Thomas Lang at the buzzer against Millersville to get the win, and he thought, okay, if they can take 2, that'll be a good road trip for them and kind of send them in the right direction. You were thinking, hey, they got the win at Millersville. That was the tougher of the two games. Mansfield was a game that you felt very strongly that Shepherd could win. Mansfield not very strong in conference play this year, and they went out and could not get the win. It was a 1-point loss, but really it was a 4-point loss, a 3 late in that game to make it as close as it was. So I think it takes the air a little bit out of the sails of what looked like it could be a very productive road trip, and then coming home trying to make it 3 straight, but instead we're talking about a team just trying to win 2 of its last 3 instead of going for that actual winning streak.
Yeah, Shepherd, when you break down their last 7 games, they've been victorious in only 2 of them. A home victory last time out here against East Stroudsburg, and that win, as you mentioned, at Millersville. Otherwise, they have dropped 5 of their last 7. Meanwhile, for this Kutztown team, they come in having won 2 in a row, or well, I should say 2 of their last 3, and they've gone 3-3 and even 500 over their last 6 games.
Yeah, they have, and it's a team that is trending a little differently than what the Shepherd University Rams are, and I think something that is going to be very unique to this team is this is the final game, the final 40 minutes that they're going to play on the road. 5 of their last 6 games have been away from home, and they'll have a streak of home games coming up after this. So I think they're trying to capitalize on this road trip, and a road trip they've done very well on, and go home and try to get some wins at home in Kutztown, Pennsylvania, and try to climb those standings and make sure they can get in to the PSAC postseason tournament.
It is a Kutztown team that is 8-10 overall, 6-6 in league play, 2-6 on the road overall, 2-4 on the road in league play for the Shepherd Rams. They are also 8-10 overall, but just 4-8 in the PSAC East. The Rams are 6-3 here at home and need to take advantage of being at home here today. A win could go a long way towards helping to push them up the standings. Remember, going to have to be in what is it, the top 6 in order to get in to the PSAC playoffs. And right now, Shepherd is on the outside looking in. Now let's take a 1-minute timeout. On the other side of the break, a little deeper look at our matchup, and then we'll get ready to send it down to Patty Alter, who is the PA announcer here at the Butcher Center, and we'll have a look at today's starting lineups. It is Shepherd Rams basketball on TV10.
When you do the same thing for 135 years, you learn to do it well. For 135 years, we've been helping families through the hardest times of their lives. That's because we're a family as well. When your family loses a loved one, we're here to help. We're Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson. We're here when you need us.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large 1-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
We welcome you back into the Butcher Athletics Center. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Avery Newport down on the sidelines. Eric Sterick, our engineer, at the studio. Just a couple of minutes away from the introduction of the starting lineups as we get ready for Shepherd hosting Kutztown. Matt, let's take a look at these two teams a little bit deeper and what you might see as keys to the games.
I think for Kutztown, it is going to be to slow down Shepherd in the transition. This is a team that likes to get up and down the floor very quickly. Shepherd is scoring 75 points a game. Kutztown is giving up about 80 points a game, so they're giving up points at a very high rate. They're scoring about the same rate that they're giving up, and so I think that with giving up points and Shepherd being a team that can get up and down the floor very quickly, this has the opportunity to be a very high-scoring game, and Shepherd succeed when they're on, can succeed in those high-scoring games. So I think for Kutztown, it's going to be try to make Shepherd play in the half court, which is where they don't want to be.
Well, neither one of these teams struggles a great deal with turnovers. So we'll see if one or the other can maybe help to take advantage. When you look at the numbers for rebounding, when you look at the numbers for free throw shooting and shooting percentages, all very similar. And then you look at the records and where these two teams are in the standings, and, well, pretty similar as well. Right now, though, Kutztown a 2-game advantage over Shepherd as the Rams 4-8 in the PSAC East. Kutztown is 6-6 in the PSAC East. These two programs will meet again up at Kutztown, Pennsylvania on February the 15th, and that'll be a very important game on both the women's front and the men's front. Well, Patty Alter ready to welcome everyone in and get into our starting lineups. Let's send it down to the voice of the Butcher Athletics Center. Here is Patty Alter.
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Butcher Center at Shepherd University for today's game between the Kutztown Bears and your Shepherd University Rams. At this time, we'd like to introduce the starting lineups for both squads. First for the visitors, Kutztown. Number 5, a guard, 6'3", 185-pound redshirt junior from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, Jaraja Brake. Number 12, a guard, 6 foot, 180-pound from Bronx, New York, Ryan Boz Bernstein. Number 22, a guard, 6'5", 180-pound junior from Buenos Aires, Argentina, Facundo Aarons. Number 23, a guard, 6 foot, 180-pound freshman from Reading, Pennsylvania, Wesley Butler. And number 34, a forward, 6'8", 215-pound senior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Josh Townsend. Head coach, Bernie Driscoll. Assistant coaches, Tom York, Bilal Salam, and Scott Blair. And now your Shepherd University Rams. Number 2, a guard, 6'3", 200-pound sophomore from Brandywine, Maryland, John Preston. Number 11, a forward, 6'6", 215-pound junior from Walkersville, Maryland, Kyle Daggett. Number 32, a guard, 6'3", 195-pound junior from Martinsburg, West Virginia, Jarrell Jones. Number 44, a guard, 6'5", 170-pound freshman from Clinton, Maryland, Daniel McLean Corley. And number 1, a guard, 6 foot, 165-pound senior from Newmarket, Maryland, Thomas Lang. Head coach for Shepherd, Justin Namalik. Assistant coaches, Jason Bordley and Trip Lowe. Stand by for tip-off.
There you go, Patty Alter giving us our starting lineups as we get ready to go in this one. And Matt, Shepherd has to find a way to get some point production after scoring just 61 in that 62-61 loss at Mansfield. That was on Wednesday night of this week, and a game in which Thomas Lang hit a 3 at the buzzer to make it just a 1-point loss instead of a 4-point loss, and with that had just 16 points to lead the way.
Yeah, and it's needing to find that depth. They just haven't found the guy that can really come off the bench and give quality minutes. Cam Stevens is one of those guys. P.J. Jordan is one of those guys that comes off the bench. They're just not consistent in coming off the bench and being that 6th and 7th guy. And if the starting 5 isn't producing, and the bench hasn't really come through in big moments either.
That was Townsend and Daggett in the center circle, and Kutztown controls the opening tip. Working on that wing right side is Brake. Turns and gives out top to Butler. They'll go down low to Townsend. Goes to the right hand as he cut from left to right through the lane. Shot a little too strong. Backside rebound and the put back up and in for Wesley Butler.
And Shepherd can't be giving up second chance opportunities like that. They don't have the size down low, so if you get one of the big men down low for Kutztown to miss, you've got to be able to get that rebound. Second chance opportunities for the Shepherd Ram basketball team have not come easily, and defensively they've given up way too many.
Jarrell Jones for 3 from the right side. It rattles around and out, and Townsend clears that rebound. Kutztown with a 2-0 lead working into the front court. Break with it on this left side, bounces down low, strong move to the basket, and banking it up and in is Josh Townsend, 6'7", 215-pound senior from Philadelphia, makes it 4-0 Golden Bears.
Yeah, Townsend a unit down low at 6'7". Shepherd has got nobody that is going to be able to compete with him overall body size-wise. The closest is going to be Kyle Daggett, and it'll be interesting to see how they use Daggett down low. Coach Namlick's been very honest in the fact that the offense is not going to roll through Daggett.
Nice drive for Daniel McLean. Corley down the left side of the lane. He got to the rim and put it up and in. That's what Shepherd needs. A good game out of him. He's one of those young guys, just a freshman, who's been a little up and down in scoring this season. Break controlling that dribble, sending on the far side to Bernstein out of the Bronx, New York. Bernstein with it again between the circles. Around that screen set by Townsend. Giving to Butler, down to 3, down to 2 on the shot clock. They work it down inside again to Townsend. Low post left side, and he banks it up and in.
And it's going to be a long day if Townsend can do that. He's got 2 baskets, but has had an opportunity for a basket each time that Kutztown has touched the basketball. Just could not follow through on his first one, and Daggett getting his first chance to go up and can't connect.
Nupp left it a little short as it came off the glass and the rim. Back the other way, Butler into the front court. Giving it off to Brake, who drove in on the right side. He shot off the glass and rolled around the rim and out, but another offensive rebound, and then a Ram foul as the offensive rebound goes to Aarons. McLean Corley picks up the personal, his first, and Facundo Aarons out of Argentina heads to the line. 67% foul shooter on the season. 6-2 the lead for the Golden Bears. First one missing, but the second one up and good. Aarons gets 1 of 2 to make it now 7-2 Kutztown. Ram basketball. Daggett handing it off to Jones. It's McLean Corley on that far side, works around the screen by Daggett. Giving it off to Preston from the right corner. His 3, a little strong, but a good backside rebound for Kyle Daggett. Daggett's listed at 215, so too is Townsend. Townsend looks a little thicker. Straight away 3 for McLean Corley. Hits off the back of the rim, and Townsend clears the rebound. I got a 5-1 rebounding edge right now, unofficially, for Kutztown.
And Townsend is listed at 6'7", but doesn't it all look like Daggett is just about as tall as him, if not about an inch taller?
I agree. Bernstein with a nice drive, tried the reverse leg up. It came off the iron. The Rams the other way. Daggett in the low post, floats it up with a right hand and puts it in.
It'll be interesting to see if Kyle Daggett can keep going like that, if Coach Namlick will stick with it. We saw a few games back against Lockhaven him stick early in the game with going to Daggett in the first half, and then the second half they went away from it in the post-game conversation. It was, that's not really our offense, but if it's working, I think you have to stick with it.
Shot in the lane, a little short for Break. He got it back, and then the shot got blocked and will end up out of bounds on the baseline. Give it to Shepherd.
Matt, how many offensive rebounds is that now for Kutztown? That's at least 4, maybe 5 for them early on in this game. We're not even 4 minutes into the ball game yet, so Shepherd has got to figure out how to box out down low and get the rebound after the first shot's put up.
Phillip Jordan checking into the Ram lineup for McLean Corley. Shepherd working into the front court. Preston with it on the right wing. Out top to Jarrell Jones down the right side of the lane. Draws contact and a foul. That one will go on Taraji Break. He'll pick up his first. That's going to send Jarrell Jones to the line. Almost a chance for the three-point play. Jones averaging 11 points a contest, is an 83% foul shooter. Believe it or not, does not get to the line that much. Just 18 free throws coming in, and he's made 15 of it. And make that now 16, makes in 19 attempts.
When you look at Jones, he's a guy that's got one of the quickest first steps you're ever going to see. So a lot of times just blowing right by guys on his way to the basket or going to take shots from the outside. So not a whole lot of room for contact for Jones.
Second foul shot in and out. Shepherd down by 2, 7-5. Checking into the lineup, Pakello Mosby. Mosby spelling Townsend, who gets a little breather. They'll work it down inside to the big fella, and Mosby spinning, put it up with the left hand, but too strong. And the Rams the other way. Thomas Lang down the right of the lane, has his shot blocked. Great job by Mosby.
Great block by Mosby, and then to tip it back inbounds quickly.
Butler able to get that one to Bernstein. The reverse layup didn't go, but there he is again. Mosby with the rebound, but his pass out on the far wing goes by, breaking out of bounds. Well, Shepherd catches a little bit of a break there. 7-5, the Rams down by 2. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Let's take a 60-second break with 15:35 to play in our first half. And the Rams down by 2.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, you know, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
For over 36 years, Green Tree Realty has been helping the Shepherdstown community find a place to call home. Our friendly team is ready to help you navigate the market and is your trusted resource, complete with a wealth of experience and local knowledge. For those looking to buy land, commercial property, or a home, we'll help you find the perfect fit. From staging and negotiations to closing and beyond, we're with you every step of the way.
Back out of the timeout. Let's check in with Avery Newport down on that Rams sideline.
Guys, from down here on the sideline, looks like at the beginning of this game, Kutztown is definitely taking advantage of their superior size. They're getting the ball inside to their big men who are converting on those high percentage shots, giving them this lead pretty early on in the first half here.
Yeah, Avery, that has been a key. They've got the big guys down inside who have done a nice job, and yet the Rams hanging around only down by 2. Working his way into the paint was Philip Jordan, had to bring it out on this near wing to Preston. Down to 10 seconds on that shot clock. Jarrell Jones, nice job to get around Aarons, but too strong on the shot.
And there's that first step I just talked about. It's really quick when he decides to go. That right foot can just quickly step in and push off with the left.
That was Mosby again with another rebound. And Bernstein in the front court, sending to break on that far side. That's Butler now with it. Guarded by Jordan. He'll fire the three. Gets off the rim of the backboard. Lang the rebound. Ram basketball as Thomas Lang works into the front court. He'll stop and pop from straight away. Missed it wide left. I'm not sure that one even skimmed the rim.
I don't think it skimmed the rim, net, backboard, anything. I think the first thing it hit was Jess Wilt from the Journal sitting right next to the basket taking pictures.
Slow start, 7-5. Shepherd down by 2. 14:30 and counting in our first half. Break dribbling from left to right, stopped by Jarrell Jones. Gives it off to Aarons, working down the right of the lane. He floats it up with the right hand. It's way too strong. Jarrell Jones, that backside rebound. Works into the front court to Daggett, and now that's Preston on the far side. Sending to Philip Jordan. Jordan driving that right baseline. There's contact, and let's see what we'll get. Is it going to be an offensive foul, or did he step out of bounds? It is an offensive foul on Philip Jordan.
Yeah, they're going to say P.J. Jordan just kind of, I think they're going to say a little bit of a shove off as he was driving baseline. Coming in off the bench, Jordan's is one of those guys we talked about, going to have a big day coming off of the bench. It's the first team foul, make that second team foul on Shepherd.
Jordan, the freshman, averages about 5.6 points per game. Still stuck at that 7-5 Kutztown lead, and we have a whistle and a foul as Taraji Brake made a move from left to right. That foul will go on. Let's see who it goes on. I'm waiting for him to put it up on the scoreboard. I couldn't get the indication as we're on the opposite side of the floor from the scorer's table. I do know Justin Namalik did not like the call and says, hey, can I get that on the other end as well? That was on Jarrell Jones, by the way. Mosby in the paint, spinning to his left, uses that left hand and puts it up over Daggett and puts it through. Akello Mosby with his first bucket.
Thing rolled around the rim about 4 times before finally dropping through.
I think that's what you call a shooter's touch. I would not know. I've never had that skill. McLean Corley out there double teamed on the far side, has it knocked away and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rams.
And McLean Corley just getting trapped on the sideline right there. Picked that dribble up, and it was good help defense by Kutztown coming over, making him pick up that dribble, and really had nowhere to go with the basketball. So I think getting poked away was the best result that could have come from that situation.
Kyrie Jenneritz checking into the lineup for Kutztown. Driving into the paint was Philip Jordan, no place to go. Had to give it off to Jarrell Jones. Back out top to Jordan, and his three off the left side of the iron, and here come the Golden Bears.
And Shepherd's short on every three they've taken so far today, not getting enough leg underneath of them.
9-5, a 4-point Kutztown advantage. Break with it on the near wing, works his way into the paint, spins back to his left, shot was blocked. I believe that was Jordan that got that one.
Yep.
Philip Jordan. Not real big, 5'10", but the freshman getting up in the air to help block that shot. Jarrell Jones with it on that left sideline. Guarded there by Brake. Works his way to the side of the paint. He was fading back on the shot and left it short off the rim. Jennerit the rebound. He'll bring it up the floor himself. And let's see, will we get an offensive foul? We will not. We'll get Daniel McLean Corley with the block, picking up his second personal.
It should have been an offensive foul on Kutztown, using that offensive, or using the offhand to try to extend and get some room.
Yeah, I was with you thinking that had a chance at least to be an offensive foul. Instead, Butler has it, giving it off in that far corner to Michael Smith, seeing his first action. Back out top to Jennerit. He'll make the drive, left-hand leg up, a little too strong in the backside rebound to Kyle Daggett.
Good defensive positioning by Cam Stevens down low as well.
And now Stevens open from the left corner. His three off the back of the rim, and the rebound controlled by Brake.
At least we finally got a three that was too strong.
Hey, one and done for Shepherd. They'll bounce it to Mosby, back to the basket right of the lane. He goes down to the baseline, puts it up with the right hand, but they wave it off. It will not count. There was a foul on the floor first, and that's on Kyle Daggett. Good news is just his first. We do have a timeout on the floor with 11:56 to play in our first half. We'll take the 60-second break with Shepherd trailing 9-5.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with two great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
As we welcome you back into the Butcher Athletics Center, we've got Avery Newport down on that Ram sideline.
Guys, from down here on the sideline, what I've been seeing is that it's been a very defensive first half so far. Both teams trying to take the ball inside and convert at the hoop, but both defenses have been playing extremely well so far, so both offenses are going to have to try and figure out what exactly they have to do to get some more points on the scoreboard.
Break triggering the inbounds to Smith. Avery, thank you very much. Kutztown basketball. Wesley Butler dribbling off on that wing left side, hands it back to Break. Down to 8 seconds on the shot clock from straight away. 16-foot jumper for Break, off the mark. Rebound Mosby, shot wouldn't go. Battle for the loose ball, bodies hit the deck, and we'll have a foul that will go on Akello Mosby, the 6'8". He's a sophomore out of Philadelphia.
That kid's got tremendous upside is what it looks like, and Kutztown's got several players that are 6'7" and above on this roster. And again, if they can utilize that size down low, Shepherd is not a team that is going to be able to stop down low, at least consistently. We've seen a couple of stops early in this one. We've also seen Kutztown able to use that size down low efficiently as well.
Matt, it's funny though. 8 of 14 players on the roster have a G beside of their name, meaning their position is listed at guard. A pass on the far side knocked out of bounds by Kyrie Jenneret. Got a hand into that passing lane on a ball intended for Jarrell Jones.
So you're either a guard or you're 6'7".
That's it. Kyle Daggett taking the inbounds, giving to Lang, to Stevens. Deep three, right side, got it. Cam Stevens for 3. That is the 16th three-pointer this season. Stevens shooting at about a 38% clip from beyond the arc. From the foul line, pulling up off the dribble was Jenneret. His shot short off the iron. 9-8. Shepherd down by 1, but a chance to take the lead. Jarrell Jones from the left side is 3 off the rim. And here comes Kutztown the other way. Into the front court, Jenneret quickly working and spins and banks it in just right of the lane.
Yeah, slam that off the window. A laser going off the glass and in.
11-8. The Golden Bears out in front, 10.5 minutes left. Jarrell Jones backs his way down. Short jumper in the lane. Short off the rim. Townsend is back out there. He's got the rebound. Kutztown is into the front court. They'll go to Townsend. Daggett guarding him. Townsend turning baseline, dribbled it off his leg and out of bounds.
And
that's the turnover.
Daggett pumped up after that one. He was in very good positioning. Had that forearm kind of into the back and forcing that ball to be poked away. Great defense down low by the big guy. And we'll see what happens now as Daggett out of the ball game. And the size advantage definitely now going to Kutztown. See if they can take advantage of number 11 being off the floor.
Marcus Gorham checks in for the Rams. He's listed at 6'5", but he's also listed at 242, so a little more size, though not height. Thomas Lang hits from 3 off that left side, and we are tied at 11. Kutztown working the ball on this left side, and how did that get through all that traffic and end up out of bounds? It's a turnover.
Yeah, Jenneret went for the bounce pass down low and about 4 or 5 bodies that it could have hit on its way through and somehow skipped through all of them out of bounds.
Thomas Lang out top, sending to Jones. Puts it on the floor, driving that left baseline. Oh, misses the one-hand slam dunk. Rebound to Smith. He'll race into the front court. Hands it off to Jenneret, and now back to Smith on that far wing.
I'm sure Jones wondering who put the saran wrap or the glass on top of the rim today. He cannot seem to find the bottom of the basket.
Bernstein down the left side of the lane, forces that shot up over Cam Stevens. It will not go, and then a foul on Bernstein as he climbed over the back of Cam Stevens to get to that rebound. We are tied at 11 with 9:16 to play in our first half. The Rams could take the lead on this possession as Philip Jordan, we understand, goes by PJ. So PJ Jordan into the front court. Preston with it now from the left side, a ball fake beyond the arc. Nice dribble, steps inside the arc. That 16-footer, though, short off the iron. Another rebound to Townsend, and quickly the other way. Jenneret down the right side of the lane, kisses it high off the window.
Yeah, that was quick transition offense, and Shepherd just could not get back defensively. Good job pushing up the floor by Kutztown.
Gorham open from this right side. He'll try the 3. It's off the side of the iron. Jenneret grabbing that rebound. Works into the front court to Bernstein, pardon me. Aaron's had it momentarily, and now to Michael Smith. He'll reset with his feet in that center circle. 15 seconds on that shot clock. Around the screen, set by Aarons. Foul line jumper on the way. Rattles around and drops through for Michael Smith. 15-11. The lead now at 4 for Kutztown. 8 minutes to play in our first half. P.J. Jordan driving to the basket, draws contact and a foul. 2 free throws are coming. Looks like that one will go on 3-4, I believe I read, so it is on Townsend. That'll be his first. Team foul number 4, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Let's take the break as well with 7:58 to play in the first half, and Shepherd down by 4.
West Virginia's a Republican state, so why elect a worn-out tax-raising Joe Manchin retread instead of a real Republican like Michael Folk? Mike Folk's the strong pro-Trump conservative who will ban sanctuary cities, stop red flag gun laws, rebuild our roads, and stop higher taxes. Justice and Thrasher, 2 worn-out tax-raising Manchin retreads. They've blown their chance. Mike Folk for governor. It's time for a change. Time for a conservative change. Mike Folk, governor.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Coming back to the Butcher Center out of the timeout, we check in with Avery down on the sideline.
Guys, the Rams have been able to create some good shots for themselves, but it's Kutztown so far in this first half that it's gotten the lucky roll. Shots have been falling for the Golden Bears so far. The Rams have been struggling to put the ball in the basket. So they want to change here. If they want to take the lead here in this first half, they're going to have to start making their shots. Simple as that.
Philip Jordan to the line coming out of the timeout, and the free throw is up and good. Jordan, a 41% foul shooter, 12 of 29 coming in, and he makes one and misses one.
And not what you want from your guard. Your guard should be the best free throw shooters you have on the team, and to shoot at that clip is, quite frankly, not acceptable for anybody at the collegiate level, but especially for a guard.
Bernstein from the left side, and the three-pointer up and good. His first bucket of the ball game. That is Boz Bernstein, a 6-foot graduate student out of the Bronx. Well, and Avery hit it on the nail, Matt. Shepherd's got to score. I mean, just 12 points at this point in the first half is not a lot, coming off a 61-point performance. Jones for 3, off the mark. Preston the rebound to Cam Stevens from the left side. He's got his second 3 of the first half.
I think he heard you.
Hey, got to get something going. 18-15. Shepherd draws a little closer.
But you have to be happy if you're Shepherd that you haven't been able to successfully convert a lot offensively. It's still a 3-point ball game, so the defense has been there for the Rams.
Nice drive by Bernstein. He feeds down low, and the shot is up and good for Akello Mosby.
Yeah, that was easy work for Mosby, just going straight up, really no competition down low.
Gorham from the left corner. His 3 too strong. Never got the rim. Rebound at Generate. Able to really tap that one to Michael Smith. And now Smith in the front court slows things down. Under 6.5 to play in our first half. Aaron's on that far wing. Hands it right back to Bernstein. Swinging around to Aaron's in the left corner. Driving to his right. Gets into the lane. Short jump shot. Missed it wide left. Nice defense by John Preston.
Yeah, Preston followed him from the corner all the way in and just kept those feet moving.
P.J. Jordan, a left-hand dribble to the foul line from the right side of the floor. Had to give it off, and now Preston has it out top. Preston turns, gives back on this near side to Jordan. 10 seconds on that shot clock. Good bounce speed intended for Gorham on a little pick and roll, but Gorham wasn't looking for it.
He wasn't. He was driving straight to the basket, and it was a phenomenal backdoor cut and a phenomenal kind of loop around the back pass, or backhanded pass, if you will. Just couldn't get to Gorham because he wasn't looking for the basketball. And if you want to be a good team and convert when you're not doing things well offensively, those are the ones that have to go right, because if Gorham gets that, it's a wide open lane to the basket on the right side.
Yeah, and then a two-hand slam dunk gets this crowd back into it and maybe gets you going. Right now, Shepherd Down by 5, 20-15. 5 minutes and 25 seconds and counting in our first half. Aaron's getting to the right side of the lane, whistled with a travel.
Now you talk about get this crowd going. A pretty good crowd here in Shepherdstown today. One of the bigger ones we've seen all season long, and I know Kutztown bringing a lot of fans with them. Some maroon on the opposite side from where we are, so a very good crowd and just looking for something to get energized about.
Jordan in the front court for Shepherd. Sending to Jones around the screen set by Daggett. Jones spinning to his left into the lane, fades back and knocks down that 10 to 12 foot jumper.
And you see the fist pump afterwards by Jarrell Jones. Finally got one to go. Had been short on just about everything he had put up so far today, and see if that gets him going. He was the leading scorer the last time they were home, setting a career high at 29.
Break from the left side, too strong for three. The rebound going to Lang, brings it into the front court to Preston, and now to Jordan on that far wing. P.J. Jordan, nice left-hand dribble drive, gives to Daggett in the corner, to Lang on the right wing. Three ball up and good. Great ball movement to get the open three.
It was a great shot by Lang that went, but if I were Lang, I think I may have gone one more pass. Jarrell Jones would have been extremely wide open, but a converted three for Thomas Lang. And if the Rams want to win, most of the time they need to get him going, so that's good news as we're tied at 20.
Aarons from the right corner, his three ball short off the rim. Rebound going to Jordan. Jordan up the floor, slows it down at the top of the key. Sends a pass off on the left side, and as he does, we got a whistle and a foul. That's on 2-3, I believe, which is going to be Wesley Butler, and it'll be his first. It is on Butler. 5 team fouls now for Kutztown. Jordan to trigger the inbounds from that left baseline. Gave it to Daggett. Right back to him again to Daggett. Left of the lane. That's from 12 feet out. Wouldn't go. Great backside rebound and putback attempt for John Preston. He's fouled and will get 2 free throws.
And it took our referee a little longer to blow the whistle, and I think it should have. Preston, if you're watching, probably looked like he just went up with one hand. Well, that's because his left hand was being yanked down right next to him. So I think that foul could have even been on the floor before that shot even going up.
Taraji Brake picks up his second. Preston at the line, and the free throw up and good, and he is on the scoreboard now. John Preston is the second leading Rams scorer, averaging about 11.9 a game, and he's an 81% foul shooter, 26 of 32, just a sophomore. 6'3", 200-pound guard, puts both foul shots through. Shepherd has a lead, 22-20. After the slow start, been able to put a little something together offensively. Defense has been solid. Bernstein dribbling from left to right, gives it off to Mosby, driving in on the left angle. He missed the leg up.
Yeah, I think he was trying to elevate to go up for the jam and realized Daggett was coming over pretty darn quick, so tried to settle for one off the glass, and by the time he went up, just an awkward angle to try to get it off the glass that way.
Jarrell Jones, top of the key, off the dribble, drains the three. As you said earlier, maybe that shot in the lane has taken the lid off the basket for him. Three ball coming from the left side for Kyrie Jenneret, and the 6'1" sophomore out of York, Pennsylvania, going to get free throws. 3 of them, it looks like, as Jarrell Jones commits the foul.
Yeah, and that's a foul that Jones didn't need to make. That was an open three, and the ball had completely been released before Jones even made his initial lunge to try to get over there defensively. So a very preventable foul by Jarrell Jones.
We've got a timeout on the floor. Let's take just a 30-second break. Then we will return with 3:16 to play in our first half. And Shepherd now out in front by 5.
If you have been injured in an auto accident or due to someone's negligence and you want to know what your rights are, call Ferretti Law Office at 264-8505 to discuss your claim for free. Attorney Joe Ferretti is prepared to answer your questions and explain your options. Put Joe Ferretti's legal experience and history of proven results in your corner to fight the bullies from the insurance companies. At Ferretti Law Office, we're here to help you win.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Eric Sterick is back at the studio. And yet another member of the broadcast team is Avery Newport, and he is standing by on the Rams sideline.
Guys, it seems like the Rams have found their rhythm on both sides of the ball. they're getting some defensive stops, and then they're turning those defensive stops into points on the other end, specifically three-pointers. They're right now on an 8-0 run. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going.
Avery, the Rams have now hit 5 3-pointers in this first half, and it's a 14-2 run that has taken Shepherd from an 18-11 deficit to a 25-20 lead. Kyrie Generitz at the foul line. He's got 4 points coming off the bench, and the free throw is up, and the free throw is good. He is their 4th leading scorer at about 8.8 a game, an 83% foul shooter, 50 of 60 on the season. He's just a sophomore out of York, PA. Second one is up and good, and don't forget, he was fouled shooting a three-pointer going into that timeout. So he gets 3 free throws. Can he make it 3 for 3? A couple of dribbles, he'll put it up. Got it. He's got 7 first-half points, 25-23. That Ram lead cut to 2, and a little token full-court pressure. That's Austin Laughlin, who has checked into the lineup, guarding Stevens as he crosses midcourt. Jones with it on that left side of the floor. To Jordan out top. Back to Jarrell Jones. Kyle Daggett wants it down low. They couldn't get it to him. Cam Stevens down the right side of the lane. Goes back to his left. Gives it back out top to Jones. Down to 4 on the shot clock. And Jones with a step back 3. Got it to go. 28-23. And with the shot clock winding down, that's a huge make for the Rams.
Yeah, Jarrell Jones, after starting ice cold, is at the last 3 he's attempted.
Butler tries to answer a 16-footer from straight away, comes off the rim, and the rebound run down by Akello Mosby.
And Thomas Lang's got to run down that basketball, kind of threw an arm out trying to grab it and then watched it bounce a couple of times. If you're the only senior and the leader of this team, you got to be able to show by example, too, and run that rebound down.
Jenner giving it off, and that is Butler as he cuts down that left baseline, and reverse layup good for Wesley Butler.
Acrobatic by Butler, good defense down low by Shepherd. Not much else they could do. Just a great shot made by the 6-foot freshman.
Under 2 minutes to play in our first half. Cam Stevens starts a drive, gives it off to Lang, to Jordan on the right side, and P.J. Jordan hits a three-pointer. And the Rams, when they have gotten hot, have been draining them from deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 threes now in the first half. Butler driving down the left of the lane. Draws contact, and we've got a foul. That'll go on P.J. Jordan. Second foul on Jordan. He's got 2. Jones has 2. McLean Corley has 2.
Matt, you made the statement that Shepherd, when they're hot from beyond the arc, they're hot, and that's their game plan. If they're not, they really haven't won in any other facet, and then that's the game plan for head coach Justin Namlick. So it's not a case of, well, we'll see if this works for us today. If it doesn't, they very rarely win games. So if they want to win this game, they're going to need to continue to hit the way they have been from really about the 12-minute media timeout to now.
Wesley Butler, a freshman out of Reading, PA, is an 88% free throw shooter, and he makes them both. He's got 6 first-half points, 31-27. Shepherd out in front, and we've got a 30-second timeout. And it looks like that one is being taken by Kutztown and head coach Bernie Driscoll. Matt, he is in his 20th season leading the Golden Bears, has better than 300 victories, and is the winningest head coach in Kutztown basketball history. He's done a tremendous job with his program right now. A pretty young basketball team that is 8-10, 6-6 in league play.
Yeah, that's a nice little run. One of the most competitive and athletic conferences in all of Division II sports, and a good run. See him and his coaching staff wearing the tennis shoes today. Not sure. I know at the Division I level, pretty much everybody wears those. I know I saw at least one assistant coach for Shepherd rocking the tennis shoes. The coaches kick cancer. That has been this week. A fun week always in college basketball.
Ram basketball out of that timeout. 1.5 minutes to play in our first half. Jarrell Jones able to get around Jenner. Started towards the basket, spins and brings it back out. Now Thomas Lang has it. Lang guarded there by Butler. To Jarrell Jones on that left wing. Down to 6 seconds on that shot clock. Thomas Lang dribbles down to the right baseline, turns back to his left and knocks it down.
That was a case where Lang had nowhere to go with the basketball, and really, I don't think wanted to shoot from where he was at, but had no choice with the shot clock running down.
Butler wide open from the left corner is 3 off the iron. And Shepherd into the front court with the lead at 33-27 and 45 seconds and counting in our first half. 17 on that shot clock. Lang controls the dribble, hands it off to Jarrell Jones. Jones from the top of the key, three-pointer way too strong. Daggett tips, and Stevens runs down the rebound, and Shepherd can hold. Let's see.
Now the shot clock reset to just 20, not the full 30, Matt.
And there's only about a 3-second difference. So depending on when they put this shot up, still could be the last shot. Preston from straight away, a deep 3 with 2 seconds on that shot clock, and the rebound to Laughlin. Bernstein into the front court to Butler. 3-ball from the right side. Got it. Wesley Butler hits the 3 before the horn can sound.
And Matt, I was not very impressed with the last 2 shot selections that Shepherd put up. It seemed like they settled for 3s when they didn't need to. Preston's 3 came with about 2 seconds left, or 2 seconds more than he needed to.
Look at the half, Coach. You finished the first half on a really strong note. What went well for you guys down the stretch?
I think we're just executing well offensively. We've had a couple breakdowns defensively. We'd have a bigger lead. We fouled the three-point shooter. Even there at the end, knowing their best player, 23, is probably going to pull up. And so, we're a couple possessions away from having a bigger lead, and that's something that we've been talking about. We can't have these breakdowns because they're going to hurt us. We have to play solid basketball the whole 40 minutes.
Thanks, Coach. Guys, back up to you.
There you go. Avery Newport down on the sideline, touching base with Justin Namalik as he heads into the locker room with his team here at the half. Shepherd, after a slow start, does have a 3-point lead at 33-30. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, then come back to get our halftime activities underway. It is Shepherd Rams basketball on TV 10.
West Virginia's a Republican state, so why elect a worn-out tax-raising Joe Manchin retread as governor instead of a real Republican like Michael Folk? Mike Folk's the strong pro-Trump conservative who will ban sanctuary cities, stop red flag gun laws, rebuild our roads, and fight liberal tax schemes. Mike Folk's opponents, Justice and Thrasher, 2 worn-out tax-raising Manchin retreads. Justice pushed a liberal tax scheme, then switched parties for his own personal gain, and Thrasher, an empty-suit Justice Democrat who switched parties after backing Justice's massive tax hike scheme. Jim Justice, Woody Thrasher, 2 worn-out tax-raising Manchin retreads. They've blown their chance. Mike Folk for governor. Because it's time for a change. Time for a conservative change. Michael Folk, governor.
I'm Mike Folk. West Virginia needs a strong conservative Republican who supports the Constitution, President Trump, and always puts taxpayers first.
Paid for by Michael Folk for governor.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Now the Shepherd dance team entertaining the crowd on hand here at the Butcher Athletic Center as we welcome you back into our halftime. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. Eric Sterick at the studio. John Alderton running our TV 10 camera. Avery Newport down on that Rams sideline. He'll be back with us here in another few minutes on our halftime show as he'll bring us some scores from around the PSAC. Well, Matt, as we recap this first half, it was a slow start for both teams. 2-0 Kutztown, 4-0 Kutztown. Then they had a 4-2 lead, took it out to a 7-2 lead. Shepherd would get it back to 7-5. Kutztown would push it out to 9-5 before Shepherd would finally tie the score at 11. But again, it was the Golden Bears who went out in front as they pushed the lead out to 18-11. But at that point, Shepherd starts a 14-2 run that eventually would see them not only tie it at 20, but take a 5-point lead at 25-20. At that point, though, Kutztown starts their comeback, and here we are at the intermission with the Shepherd lead at just 3. It's been back and forth throughout.
Yeah, I was impressed with Shepherd from about the 12-minute TV timeout or media timeout till about the 4-minute mark. I don't think they played necessarily awful the last 4 minutes, but it seemed like the last minute or two they settled for shots that they didn't need. They started hitting a couple threes, and I think like they do and like we talked about, they're going to live and die by the 3, and I think they were using that as a little bit of a crutch. And they had a good size matchup down low with Kyle Daggett, who has been playing very, very well for the size mismatch that there is down low, just body size-wise, with Kutztown. And I thought they could have used him. I thought they could have done a couple more screens where they were using some guys down low or even had the shorter jump shots, but it just felt like they were settling for a lot from beyond the arc later in that first half. We'll see what defensive and offensive adjustments Coach Namlick makes at the halftime break. But overall, one of the better halves we've seen from Shepherd overall in this season so far.
Well, they take a ton of threes, right? You mentioned it. They'll live by the 3, and sometimes they'll die by the 3. How about 18 three-point attempts in the first half out of 31 total shot attempts, and the Rams have knocked down 7 of those. They've only hit 4 shots from inside the arc.
Yeah, that's crazy. I get you live and die by the 3, but at some point, it's basketball. You got to have a well-rounded offense. You have to be able to work down low when necessary.
All right, we are at the intermission. We need to take a 2-minute timeout, and on the other side, Avery Newport jumps in. He'll bring us up to date on what's happened in women's action from earlier today, and as well, we'll see what's going on in the men's action around the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. When we return, we're at the half with Shepherd Rams basketball on TV 10, and Shepherd leading 33-30.
Is your dog driving you nuts? Does he have behavioral issues? Is she not listening? It doesn't have to stay that way forever. Hi, I'm Julie.
And I'm Josh. We own and operate Julie's Canine Academy, a family dog training business.
You are not alone, and there is hope for you and your dog. With the right training and right approach, we can help with any problem. We provide total off-leash training on our 6 acres of dog paradise in Falling Waters. Visit juliescanineacademy.com. That's Julie's, K with the number 9, academy.com.
Any dog, any breed, any problem.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
All right, everybody, welcome into the halftime show here at TV 10 here in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Going to give you some more out-of-town scores here, finishing up from the women's games earlier today. Shippensburg traveled to Lock Haven, won that one on the road, 71-60. Final score there. Kutztown, meanwhile, in the game that you saw here earlier today, right here in the Butcher Center, lost on the road in Shepherd. 70-62 was the final, of course. Millersville beat Mansfield on the road, 63-60, in a tight one there. Westchester, another road victory for them over Bloomsburg, 74-64. Final score from that one. Gannon winning at home against East Stroudsburg, 57-51, the final score. Cal U and Mercyhurst battled today. Cal U at home was the loser. Mercyhurst ended up winning on the road, 62-55. Edinburgh traveled to Slippery Rock and won in a blowout, 88-59, the final score for them. Pitt Johnstown won on the road against Seton Hill, 79-65. Now taking a look at some of the men's halftime scores here. Westchester on the road against Bloomsburg. They're losing by 2, 45-43. Millersville and Mansfield. Mansfield holds the edge, 33-31. 27-20 is the score. Gannon has the lead over East Stroudsburg. Now traveling to Cal U, they have a big-time lead over Mercyhurst, 38-17 at the half in that one. A close one at Slippery Rock. They lead the Fighting Scots just by a point, 38-37. Traveling to Seton Hill now, they're losing big at halftime against Pitt Johnstown, 37-25 is the score in that one. And finally, we have Shippensburg and Lockhaven. And Shippensburg with a big-time lead at the half, up 19, 49-30. And those are your out-of-town scores. Everybody, we'll get back to you in just a moment for the start of the second half.
Making the decision to purchase your first or your next home is one of the biggest you'll ever make. You need local partners you can trust to make the process easy, quick, and affordable. Trust the experience and dependable professionals at CNB Bank. Our mortgage lenders and our decision makers are local, and we have the advantage of on-site underwriters. With our 9 locations in Berkeley Springs, Hedgesville, Martinsburg, Hancock, and new locations in Spring Mills and Hagerstown, we are right around the corner wherever you may be. We are CNB Bank. Welcome home.
These are more than just the sound of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Can you take 2? Yeah. I can't hear you. What? What's that? No, it's just you. I don't need to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Again, here at the Butcher Athletics Center. Matt with you as we take a look at the numbers from the first half, and I'll turn it over to Matt Crawford with our individual numbers.
Let's do it, starting with Kutztown. Leading the way is Wesley Butler with 9 points. Kyrie Generett has 7 3-points for Ryan Bernstein, 4 for Akello Mosby, 2 for Michael Smith. Josh Townsend has 4 and 1 for Facundo Arons, and that is your scoring recap individually for Kutztown. For Shepherd with 33 points in the first half, 9 for Jarrell Jones, 8 for Thomas Lang. Lang 3 for 5 from the field, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. For Jarrell Jones, just 3 for 11 from the field. He has put up a lot of shots so far in this ball game. 6 points for Cam Stevens. He is 2 for 3 from beyond the arc off the bench. 4 points for P.J. Jordan and 2 for John Preston, Kyle Daggett, and Dan McLean. Corley, Matt, some team numbers.
All right, let's look at three-pointers. Kutztown has made 2 out of 6. Shepherd, 7 of 18 from beyond the arc. From the foul line, Kutztown 6 of 7. That's 85%. Shepherd 4 of 6 for 67%. The Rams commit 7 fouls in the first half. Kutztown committing 6. Nobody in real foul trouble. A handful of players, 3 for Shepherd and 1 for Kutztown, with 2 fouls in the first half. The rebounding edge going to the Golden Bears, 24-19, but more importantly, 6 of the 24 rebounds, Matt, have been on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's something that can't happen. It got better as the first half went on, but early on in the half, it was second or even third chance opportunities for Kutztown, and if they don't get those, Shepherd's lead is probably a whole lot more than what it is right now, just at 3 points, 33-30.
Let's round it out with turnovers, just 4 for Kutztown, while for Shepherd, just 2. And how about both of these teams? The assist-to-turnover ratio for Kutztown, 4 assists to 4 turnovers. Shepherd, 4 assists to just 2 turnovers. They've really handled the basketball well.
Yeah, they have, and that's, again, something that's going to need to continue. This is probably, in the games that we have seen and or covered, been one of the best and most well-rounded halves that this Shepherd team has played, but they got to be able to put together a complete game. We talk about it all the time, and we have heard from Shepherd head coach Justin Namlick an awful lot that this is a team that is up or tied or within a basket when you get deep into the second half, and they've let games slip away. So it's nice that they're at this point right now with the lead starting the second half, but it's going to be what they do when you get into the nitty-gritty time of the second half inside that 4-minute media timeout that is going to be the difference in this game, and Shepherd has got to find a way to win this game at home.
As we look down, it looks like both teams going back to their starting lineup. So it's Brake, Bernstein, Ahrens, Butler, and Townsend on the floor for Kutztown. For Shepherd, Lang, Preston, Daggett, Jones, and McLean Corley. And we will have a whistle and a foul as Facundo Ahrens got a hand in there and is called for the reach-in. That'll be his first.
And an early foul, just 11 seconds in. First team foul of the second half. I'm sure not as quickly as Kutztown wanted.
17 seconds on that Ram shot clock. Thomas Lang with it outside, being guarded by Wesley Butler. Gives to Preston, left side 3 on the way, short off the rim, and the rebound run down by Bernstein. Into the front court, he'll bring it on the dribble, giving to Butler, right side 3. Hits off the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, out of bounds. Last touching Townsend. Give it to Shepherd.
And good job by Jarrell Jones causing a little bit of havoc down there. It was going to be Townsend with a wide open layup opportunity after getting that offensive rebound. But Jarrell Jones coming in, poking that basketball away and allowing Shepherd to get it back.
Neither team scoring in their opening possession of the second half. Now McLean Corley with a drive, gives to Lang on the right side. That 3 ball up and good. Thomas Lang has 11, including 3 threes now in the ball game.
Yeah, and he's starting to heat up, and again, they're going to need it. He had 13 before he hit that last second 3 in their last time out against Mansfield, so not a very productive day for him. And the last time we were here, it wasn't a productive day for him, so I think if he can get going, this is a completely different Shepherd Ram team.
Butler gives it off to Townsend, right back to Butler, and again to Townsend. Low post left side, spins baseline and banks it up and in. Boy, he is a beast in there.
He is. He's got phenomenal footwork for a big man and knows where he's very good court awareness, knowing where he is, and that soft touch with the left and the right hand as we've seen today.
He is a senior, and he shows that experience when he's out there, no doubt about it. Kyle Daggett now into the lane, goes to the left hand as he spun back to his left, but left it short. Rebound controlled by Brake. Up the floor to Butler, dribbling from left to right, gets into the lane, stops and pops, 14-footer, rolls around the rim and out. Daggett the rebound, Ram basketball. It's Lang up the far side. Shepherd in front by 4. Lang giving off to McLean Corley right in front of that Shepherd bench on that far sideline. Back out top to Lang, left-hand dribble drive into the lane, switch to the right hand on the shot, comes off the iron, no good. Rebound controlled by Townsend. Townsend swinging it around, Caught the back of Lang, it looked like, as Lang kind of hit the deck. Quickly he was back up. No harm, no foul. And now Lang gets the steal as he strips it from break, but can't control it at the midcourt stripe. Ahrens gets the steal. Now his pass knocked away by McLean Corley. Break saves it from going out of bounds.
Somebody grab the basketball.
Bernstein has it, and we've got 19 seconds on that shot clock. Townsend down low on that right baseline. Gets up underneath a little too far, has to pass it off to Butler. Wesley Butler deep on that left wing. Dribbling into the lane, spins back to his left. The underhand scoop shot wouldn't go. He hits the deck with 2 free throws coming. This will get a Ram foul. That's on Jarrell Jones, and it'll be his third. It sends Wesley Butler to the line where he was 2 for 2 in that first half.
I was going to ask how long Coach Namlick was going to stick with Jones or if he was going to get pulled out. And that question now answered as P.J. Jordan coming back into the game.
See how long Jarrell Jones sits with those 3 fouls. I'm imagining somewhere around or before that 10-minute timeout. Butler makes both free throws, 4 for 4 from the line. And it's now just a 2-point Ram lead, 36-34. Jordan into the front court to Preston. Down low, trying to get it to Daggett off his hand and out of bounds. He wasn't looking for it. Just 3 Ram turnovers on the afternoon. Now a chance to tie, or with a 3-point play, take the lead for Kutztown.
And Kutztown just had 2 guys commit my biggest pet peeve on the basketball floor. Ball took 3 bounces before it went out of bounds, and 2 guys just watched it bounce in front of them 3 times. Grab the basketball, turn around and go.
And no need. We know it's off them. We'll inbound.
Why take the chance? Referees make mistakes every now and again.
Just every now and again. Very good. Bernstein between the circles. He's going to pull up for 3 off the back iron, and McLean Corley high into the air. He's got that Ram rebound. Wants to bring it up the floor himself. Nice hesitation move. Gets into the lane and floats it up and in. He shows you those glimpses of what he is going to be over the next 4 years, as he's just a freshman.
Yeah, him and Jordan, and really Gorham, when he's got his opportunities, see a lot of young talent here with the Shepherd Rams as that ball poked away, and Daggett able to corral it. Now it's Lang with it, but a lot of young talent that is getting a lot of valuable experience this year.
Yeah, Wesley Butler lost it and back the other way. Nice move to the basket for McLean Corley, but left the shot short.
Yeah, a little bit of a Euro step coming in from the far side towards the basket. Just left it short off the iron.
Ahrens with it along the near side, going to hand it off to Butler.
Preston able to recover. He had no idea where the basketball was. Did a full 360 in defensive coverage.
Butler with that cross the court pass. Working on the left side of the lane is Taraji Brake. He had the ball poked away but regained control on the way up and banked it in.
Yeah, just forced that one up and banked it high off the window at that.
Yeah, I don't know how he got that one to go. Give him credit. That's a tough shot. Now P.J. Jordan from the foul line, his 15-footer. Short off the iron. Townsend the rebound. Outlet to Butler. Racing coast to coast. Count it. And there's a foul on the Rams, John Preston.
Well, Butler's been more productive when he's been fighting through contact or fighting through good defense than he has with wide open shots tonight, hasn't he, Matt?
He is their leading scorer, averaging 18 a game as a freshman, and he shows why. He's got 4 in this second half, lifting him to 13 in the game, and a chance to make it 14 once we come out of the timeout. Let's take a full 60-second break. Right now tied at 38.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and ball pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
As we welcome you back out of the timeout, let's check in down on that Rams sideline with Avery.
Guys, momentum can be a tricky thing. 1 second you have it, the next you don't. The Rams had it at the end of the first half, and so far, Kutztown has made a run for it here to start the second. All tied up again at 38. Let's see what the Rams can do here. Back to you.
Coming out of the timeout, that is Wesley Butler completing the three-point play as he makes that free throw and puts Kutztown in the lead, 39-38. Ram basketball. It's a game of runs, right? That's what basketball is all about. Who will have that last run? Let's find out. 14:55 to play. Off the dribble, top of the key. Thomas Lang for three.
Yeah, got us to go. Hung on the front of the rim, was able to get that backspin roll to go. And you knew when Lang started moving from left to right, he was going to put that three up. The body language just set it all to a couple little step backs trying to create room and was able to knock that one down. He's in a little bit of a groove right now offensively, and now Shepherd getting a steal. It's P.J. Jordan.
Yeah, Mosby with a quick pass intended for Butler, cutting along the baseline, taken away, and now Jordan takes it strong to the basket. It wouldn't go, but it's tipped up and in. And that's Preston, John Preston, who gets credit with the tip in.
Yeah, one-handed coming in and just finishing at the rim was Preston. Came flying in from beyond the arc straight away to finish at the rim.
Yeah, he and Daggett both got a hand up there. I couldn't tell who got it. From the scorer's table, they yell out, John Preston.
Thank you, Patty.
Jenner with a nice drive down the left side of the lane, but the shot a little too strong. Lang the rebound, quick outlet. McLean Corley, two-hand slam dunk for Daniel McLean Corley. Oh, the Rams on a nice break have pushed that lead out to 45-39, and that's going to force a timeout. Let's take a 30-second break and then come back to the Butcher Center where Shepherd now leads 45-39.
Screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Pliers.
Pliers.
Phone.
Care can be distracting.
Phone.
That's why our Whirlpool Smart Range lets you care smarter with control from anywhere. So life doesn't revolve around your range.
Give me that Phillips screwdriver. What'd you get open?
Every day, care.
I think I'll keep you around.
Whirlpool.
We welcome you back into the Butcher Center. Once again, we check in with Avery Newport down on the Rams sideline.
Well, guys, remember how I was talking about momentum? It's right back on the Rams side. They were able to tie the game up at 38 now. A couple nice shots. They got some great defensive stops. Right now, lead right back. Momentum is all on their side again.
Well, we apologize for a little technical difficulty with our wireless mic from down on the sideline, but Avery is dead on. A 7-0 run for the Shepherd Rams after Kutztown had taken the 1-point lead at 39-38, and now Shepherd out in front, 45-39. Kutztown basketball, length of the floor to go. They'll give it into Ryan Boz Bernstein, 6-foot grad student out of the Bronx. Runs the point. They'll work it to Butler on this right wing. Back around to Bernstein, left side three. Off the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, and we'll have a hold on Shepherd's Kyle Daggett, trying to prevent Kello Mosby from getting to the basketball.
And not sure the need for the hold there. Daggett had good defensive positioning. Had a box out of Mosby down low, and not sure that was necessary for Daggett. I think that was him second-guessing the good positioning he had.
He'll pick up his second foul, an inbound opportunity for the Golden Bears. They'll go down low, and the left-hand jump hook from Mosby off the mark. Preston the rebound, Ram basketball. Kutztown's gotten a little cold here in this second half, Matt. They've had some good looks, but haven't been able to get them to go. Daggett on that right side to McLean Corley. McLean Corley dribbling towards the paint, gives to Lang.
And Daggett was wide open on the low block, but he's got to keep cutting to the basket.
Now a nice drive by Kyle Daggett, and the layup good. Daggett has 4 points. 47-39. Shepherd stretching that lead out to 8. Big game for this Rams team. They need the win. Strong drive for Butler. Couldn't get the shot, but gets his own rebound, and Wesley Butler puts it in. 47-41, the Ram lead at 6. Very impressed with this freshman. Butler leading the way for this team. John Preston driving angle left side. Great body control to bank it in.
Yeah, driving down low. Wesley Butler there trying to take the charge on the low block, and Preston able to throw the brakes on. And you mentioned it, great body control, avoiding a contact, but a great job by Mosby down low at the other end, just working on Daggett on the low block.
That's it. Daggett unable to stop him, and Mosby banks it up and in, 49-43. Now both of these teams picking up the scoring on each end. McLean, Corley out top to Daggett, to Lang on the left wing. Preston with it now on that right side of the floor. To P.J. Jordan. Jordan driving into the lane, stops, pops from 14 feet away. He got it. 6 points now for Jordan. 51-43. The Rams average 75 a game. They're on pace for that right now, and then some maybe. Bernstein out top to Butler on this right side of the floor, dribbling to his left. He stops and pops from the foul line.
Well, Matt, you talked about going well above that. We talked about it in the pregame. This is a Kutztown team giving up 80 points a game on the dot while scoring 80 themselves. They're used to being in high-scoring ball games.
Thomas Lang with a drive and gets the leg in. Butler tried to draw the charge, and that's a good no call as Lang gets the little finger roll.
I'm not sure there was ever contact made. I think that was a good job hitting the deck trying to draw that by Butler. But if there was contact made, it was very, very minimal. And Mosby's second chance opportunity, another one.
Yep, that was Kyrie Jenneret down the left of the lane who missed the original shot. But there he is again, Mosby with the rebound and the putback basket. He's got 8 points for in this second half. In the front court, Jordan controls that dribble on the wing left side around the screen set by Daggett. To Lang in that right corner, and the three ball up and good for Thomas Lang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them on the afternoon. The Ram lead at 56-47 and a timeout on the floor. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the contest. We take a 60-second break. It's Ram basketball on TV 10.
West Virginia's a Republican state, so why elect a worn-out tax-raising Joe Manchin retread as governor instead of a real Republican like Michael Folk? Mike Folk's the strong pro-Trump conservative who will ban sanctuary cities, stop red flag gun laws, rebuild our roads, and fight liberal tax schemes. Mike Folk's opponents, Justice and Thrasher, two worn-out tax-raising Manchin retreads. Justice pushed a liberal tax scheme, then switched parties for his own personal gain, and Thrasher, an empty-suit Justice Democrat who switched parties after backing Justice's massive tax hike scheme. Jim Justice, Woody Thrasher, two worn-out tax-raising Manchin retreads. They've blown their chance. Mike Folk for governor. Because it's time for a change. Time for a conservative change. Michael Folk, governor.
I'm Mike Folk. West Virginia needs a strong conservative Republican who supports the Constitution, President Trump, and always puts taxpayers first.
Paid for by Michael Folk for governor.
Let's check in with Avery down on the Rams sideline as we welcome you back in to the Butcher Center.
Guys, you remember at the beginning of this game when neither team could buy a bucket and the defense was on point for both squads? Well, it's a distant memory now. Both teams are running up and down the floor, scoring at ease inside and outside. That last three by Thomas Lang gives the Rams a little bit of a cushion here as we head down the stretch in the second half.
Yeah, the Rams want to continue to play that stingy defense. In the front court, break with it, giving to Butler. Around to Aarons on that left wing. Back out top to break. Smith is checked back into the lineup. Had it momentarily, gives it off to Butler. They'll work it down low. Checking into the lineup for the first time in the game is Sean Griffin, and his short jumper in the lane off the rim, and the Rams the other way. Griffin goes 6'8", 210. He's a junior out of Abington, Pennsylvania. Could not connect on his first shot. He's really the third big man we've seen for Kutztown in this one. 56-47, Shepherd with the lead in the ball. Jarrell Jones double teamed on that far side, and we've got a foul on Griffin. He'll pick up his first.
And you had a pick-and-roll opportunity. Daggett rolling back to the basket, but couldn't get the pass. Jones looking back into the backcourt, trying to avoid a double team. If Jones can get that head around, he has Daggett on a wide-open beeline towards the basket, and Daggett probably flushes it with two hands.
We've seen that a couple of times in this game. Daggett setting the screen for Jordan. Got to the right side of the lane and had to pick up that dribble. Gives it out to Preston. Back to Jordan. Deep three from in front of the Ram bench. Off the rim and out of bounds. Last touching Aarons. It'll belong to Shepherd, as Aarons and Preston were both going for the rebound. So the Rams catch a break, and we'll get 20 fresh seconds on that shot clock. McLean, Corley out top. Giving it around to Jones from the right side. His three is short off the iron. Butler clears the rebound, racing into the front court himself. Man, he's quick with the ball. Slows it down on this right wing and will set the offense. Around to break from the left wing. His deep three rolls around and off the iron. McLean, Corley with that rebound. Jordan works his way into the front court, and Thomas Lang, who got a short rest, back at the scorer's table, Matt, ready to check in.
And for Lang, you would like to think that he's got a whole lot in the tank, and I'm thinking that's why Coach Namlick decided to take him out when he did, hoping that Lang can give him the final about 9 minutes of game time that is left. And again, he's the leader. He is your lone senior, so you need him to have a strong finish, and he's had a very good game so far, and that should be fully rested for the final sprint in this one, 8:28 remaining.
P.J. Jordan, fortunate he did not lose that basketball. A double team came to him, and it went out of bounds off of Michael Smith. So Preston will trigger that inbound, and we've got time taken. Kyer Sumter coming in to spell Taraji break. Sumter's first action of the evening, the sophomore out of Harrisburg, PA.
And I think right now Coach Driscoll doing the same thing, kind of getting the guys that he's going to need down the stretch a little bit of a break so that they can be in and fully fueled for the final sprint they're going to have to make in this game. Only 47 points so far. They're going to need a run of their own here over the next couple of minutes to get back into it.
That was Thomas Lang missing the deep three for Shepherd. Now Kutztown into the offensive end. Griffin out top, sending to Butler, right side three. He got it. And Wesley Butler draining them right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How about 12 in the second half, and now 21 in the ball game.
And neither team really setting up too many offensive sets. It's just been quick passes and a three put up for the most part. Again, Daggett wide open on the pick and roll, and whoever is running point at the time not paying attention. If you have two guys on you, somebody's got to be open. Got to turn and look at the basket.
Low post left side, John Preston tries to spin to his right, and we've got a foul, a blocking foul on Wesley Butler, his second. Timeout on the floor as well. Let's take that break. 7 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in this one. A 60-second timeout with Shepherd leading 56-50.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
All right, we are back again at the Butcher Athletic Center and checking in with Avery Newport on the Rams sideline.
All right, guys, the Rams have reached a critical point in today's game. They only have a 6-point lead as the clock is winding in the second half. And for most of the season, they've struggled to maintain late leads. So let's see here if they can make some shots and get some stops and hold on for the win.
Right now, it's become kind of a two-man show. Thomas Lang for Shepherd up to 19 points as he has picked up 11 in the second half. while Wesley Butler has 21 points, 12 in the second half for Kutztown. Preston at the line out of the timeout, able to put the free throw up and through. He is 3 for 3 from the line. Next one rolls around and drops through. He's got 6 in the half and 8 in the ball game. 58-50 Shepherd. Aarons down the left side of the lane, takes it strong and puts it up and in.
That's a tough shot over John Preston. Preston neck and neck with him the entire way. Just able to fight through it was Aarons.
Facundo Aarons out of Argentina with that bucket. Cam Stevens giving down low to Kyle Daggett. Double team though along that low block. Had to back it out. Sean Griffin, great defense. Now to Jarrell Jones penetrating along that right baseline.
What's he turning around for?
I don't know, but he gave it to Lang. His jumper from the corner off the mark. Daggett grabbing the rebound along with Griffin, and we get a held ball. Possession arrow is going to give it to Kutztown.
Jarrell Jones beats the guy on the far side and is driving baseline. Put up a floater right there. He throws the brakes on as Griffin was still about 4 steps away from him.
58-52, Shepherd in front. But it's Kutztown basketball. 6:44 and counting. Along that left side of the floor, that's Smith going to pull up for 3. It's off the back side of the iron. Preston the rebound, Ram basketball. And Thomas Lang will walk it across that midcourt stripe. Shepherd setting up that offense with Preston along the far side. To Jones in the corner, down low to Daggett. They set a nice screen to get him open, but he couldn't handle the high pass cleanly. As he corrals it and spins to his right, he'll draw contact and a foul on Griffin. Sean Griffin has his second.
It's nice to see Daggett finally rewarded for getting open and working down low. See if he can connect on a couple of free throws.
Oh, you'd love to see that pass be just a little bit lower. That he could have caught it in stride instead of having to leap for it, and it came off his hand. Free throw up, no good. Daggett could not get that one to go. Normally a 65% foul shooter, 21 of 32 coming in. Free throw for Daggett, and it is off the mark, but we should have a lane violation.
Top of the key, or top of the paint. I think that was going early with Sumter.
Sumter, yeah. So now Daggett will get a third chance, and they almost win again. Daggett takes advantage after missing 2, but getting a reprieve on the lane violation. He makes 1 of 2. The Ram lead is at 7. Sumter giving out top to Butler. Smith now on this right wing. Out top to Aarons. Down the right side of the lane, losing control of the dribble. Wow, somehow able to get it to Sumter, and now a whistle, and it's a turnover as Wesley Butler went to drive the baseline. As he took that first step, his plant foot ended up on the sideline.
Had a good run on the baseline, too.
I've got just 7 turnovers right now for Kutztown, and Shepherd with just 3.
Cleanly played basketball games. What do you expect at this point in the season? Turnovers should be at a minimal by this point. By the end of January, you should have cut out a lot of those turnovers and a lot of those mistakes. So a very good game. It's still 10 is still a very low number for Division II basketball at this point.
Nearing 5.5 minutes left. A little hesitation move for Thomas Lang down the left of the lane. Forces that shot up amongst 3 defenders. Somehow got it to the rim, and he'll get 2 free throws. That foul was on Aarons. It'll be his second. Thomas Lang is an 86% foul shooter.
And Aarons had help. It was Lang driving into a 1-on-3. So again, one of those fouls that is going to happen just because of the nature of the game, but one of those ones you would like to prevent if you're Kutztown with the amount of guys you had down low and the amount of help defense you had with 3 defenders in the way of Thomas Lang getting to the basket.
Thomas Lang makes them both. He's up to 22 points to lead Shepherd, and now is the leading scorer in the game. Outside of Wesley Butler in this second half, only 4 shots have been made from the floor by Kutztown. They've got to find somebody else to score down. A 61-52. That is Smith, left of the lane, 15-footer, rims out no good. A whistle and a foul on the floor.
We're going to go on Daggett down low, fighting for positioning, trying to get that loose ball. He was fighting with Griffin down low. I know they're going back and forth, so I thought it could have gone either way, but it's going to go on Daggett, and that'll be the 4th team foul for Shepherd here in the half.
Daggett's 3rd foul. We'll keep an eye on that. Smith beyond the arc on that left wing. Around to Butler on the right side of the floor. His 3 rattles in and out off the backboard of the rim. Great hustle by Sumter. He runs it down, gives it right back to Butler. Driving to the basket, he lays it in.
And that was just a case on the offensive rebound that Sumter was able to beat Cam Stevens. It was a race to get to that basketball, and Stevens just couldn't keep up.
61-54, the Shepherd lead. Just under 5 minutes left. Big game between these two teams. The Rams right now are 1 spot out of the playoff chase, but a chance to gain some ground as Jarrell Jones hits the 3 off the dribble from the left wing. 64-54, pushing that lead back out to 10. Sumter on that left wing, moves to his right, pulls up from 16.
Great box out by Daggett.
Yep. Off the rim, no good, and Daggett grabs the rebound.
Griffin trying to come over the top, and Daggett using both of those hands and both elbows perfectly. That is a textbook picture of a box out if you wanted to ever show a young kid, hey, this is how you box out somebody that's a little bit bigger than you are.
Lang out top from straight away. His 3-pointer is up and good, and the Rams have now hit 12 threes on the ball game. 6 of them coming from Thomas Lang.
And the key is what they do defensively going up till the next media timeout. And that was a big stop as there's that whistle for the under 4. This is crunch time for Shepherd. This is the point in the game where they've had leads that look just like this at 13 points and have not been able to hold on to them. This is a big next 3 minutes and 53 seconds for Shepherd trying to hold on at home.
That was Michael Smith on the drive and Thomas Lang on the rejection. And we head into the timeout, a 30-second break with 3:53 left, and Shepherd leading 67-54.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Maybe shark time here at the Butcher Athletic Center. I don't see him doing it, but let's send it down anyway and check in with Avery Newport as he is down on that Rams sideline.
Guys, the Rams have played in a lot of close games this season, and that experience is finally paying off. The Rams back in November would have struggled having a 6-point lead late in the second half. In this game, they've taken advantage of it to the fullest. They've made more threes, they've gotten more stops defensively, and they're in a great position here late in the second half.
Yeah, let's see if they can hold on to that great position. Still plenty of time left in this one, although Kutztown has struggled a bit to score in this second half outside of Wesley Butler.
I was going to say, except for Butler.
You got to imagine they're going to do everything to get him the ball, and they do. He's guarded by Jarrell Jones. Butler dribbling to his left. Passes at the top of the key to break. Back to Butler. Butler, nice crossover into the lane. Right hands it up. Wouldn't go. Whistle and a foul. That'll be on Jarrell Jones. Going to pick up his 4th personal. It's one of the Ram better defenders. Very quick. But I tell you, Wesley Butler just as quick. He is 5 for 5 from the line tonight, and no good with this one.
And this is, if you're Kutztown, this is where you have to be able to make shots at the charity stripe. You're down by 13 with a little over 3:30 left in the game. With that clock stopped, you got to get every point you can as the second foul shot rolls around and falls.
I think that touched every part of the rim before going in. 67-55 Shepherd. Some full court pressure applied by Kutztown.
Just on the inbound, though, the minute Thomas Lang got the basketball and got it in a bit of a vulnerable spot back in that corner, they immediately backed off.
Daggett beyond the arc on the left side, goes to Jarrell Jones. Jones will pull the trigger on the 3 and got it to go. There's that 13 threes on the ball game now for Shepherd, who leads 70-55. Jarrell Jones has hit 4 of those. He's got 15 points.
Good baby hook by Griffin in the lane.
Yeah. So they get it to their third big man. We haven't seen a lot of Townsend or Mosby late in this game.
Right now, Griffin playing well, and maybe using the fact he didn't play in the first half. He's got the fresh legs, and they like that mismatch with Daggett.
Still a 13-point Shepherd lead. Nice possession here as they're running time off the clock down to 8 on that shot clock. McLean Corley feeds Daggett in the lane, and the shot up and good.
Finally got Daggett on the roll. Great job by number 44, Daniel McLean Corley, to find Daggett off of the roll, and Daggett was able to finish at the rim again. That's happened about 5 or 6 times in the ball game, and Daggett finally able to get that roll in the basket.
Butler leaving a shot in the paint to Shorts off the rim, and back the other way. It's Jordan with the basketball. The Rams with a 72-57 lead as we near 2 minutes left in this one. Shepherd looking to pick up a much-needed victory and to be their third in their last 4 games. There it is again, McLean Corley to Daggett in the lane, to Jones on the right side. 3 on the way, off the mark, but Daggett the rebound, the Rams reset.
Oh, Daggett, I think, had a good mismatch down low size-wise. He got that rebound over his head. I think if he goes right back up with it, he's probably got 2 more points on his stat sheet.
As it is, Shepherd will run a little more time. Thomas Lang to the rim, left the shot short, and the rebound to Butler. Butler quickly down the floor to Jennerit. He'll drive it in on the left side and lay it off the glass. 72-59, the Ram advantage. And a timeout being taken by Kutztown with 1:29 left.
And that was a smart move defensively by Jarrell Jones. He was the only one back and probably could have made a play on the basketball, but didn't want to give the opportunity for a 3-point play. So he threw the brakes on and let Jennerit go in for the wide open layup, because right now 2 points isn't going to be the end of the world for Shepherd defensively. And I thought that was a very smart heads-up play by one of the leaders of this team, Jarrell Jones.
Well, Matt, let's take a moment and turn our attention to the Team Taylor Tackles Cancer movement. Taylor Schweinbraten, a Shepherd cheerleader, diagnosed with a rare form of cancer back in the fall. She'll be undergoing some really tough, intense chemotherapy treatments and surgery coming up. There is a GoFundMe account that has been established. Donations being taken here today at the Butcher Center. Just go online to GoFundMe and look up Team Taylor Tackles Cancer, and you can make a donation to help her and the family through this time. 72-59. Ram basketball and the lead.
They can hold the basketball till it is under 1 minute, and I think they should. At this point, I'm not even sure you need points. If you can get a shot up, as long as you wait till you get right around a minute, and they are. I know Shepherd likes to push the basketball, but I think a good coaching decision by Justin Namalik.
Jordan dribbling down the right side of the lane, and we get a whistle and a foul with 3 seconds on the shot clock and a reach in on Taraji Break.
That should be a baseline inbound. Yeah, that shot clock now resets to 20, which means Shepherd can hold it till it gets up to about a minute and 4, down to a minute and 45 seconds. So this is all but over. Shepherd's going to go on to win this basketball game, Matt.
It certainly looks like it, and right now, Kutztown not electing to foul and try to send Shepherd to the line. Nice feed down low. Kyle Daggett, reverse layup, good. Nice job, P.J. Jordan.
And one of the toughest assignments today for Kyle Daggett, with 3 big men down low, and he has done a spectacular job when given the opportunity.
Break with a nice driving layup. Cuts the deficit to 74-61. A quick substitution timeout with the dead ball. And now John Preston with the inbounds, length of the floor to go. Now the Rams looking for the sweep today, as the women got the victory earlier by a 70-62 final. Very similar scores.
Yeah. Games have played out pretty similar too.
74-61. Shepherd with the lead in the ball. 13 seconds on that play clock, and a whistle and a foul. The eventual reach in on Austin Laughlin, sophomore out of Glen Mills, PA. Picks up his first, team foul number 7. It's going to send P.J. Jordan to the line, and the free throw off the mark, no good. Rebound to Griffin. Quickly down the floor to Butler. From that left corner, he'll pull up for the contested 3 off the top of the backboard, and the rebound to Jordan. He's going to lob it ahead to Jarrell Jones. Jones goes up and lays it in. 76-61, down to 6 seconds, 5. 3 for Bernstein, no. That was a 3 for Elliott. The rebound to Griffin with the two-hand stuff. And the final score will be 76-63 as Shepherd will get the victory in this one. All right, let's go ahead and let's go with just a 1-minute timeout, a 1-minute break. Then we want to get back where we can check in with Avery on the sideline. He'll talk with Ram head coach Justin Namalik after this one. A 1-minute timeout, and then back to the Butcher Center where Shepherd gets the win over Kutztown, 76-63.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
To see the inspirations of Miss Yu's tuxedo collection, look to the sky and stars. For the jewelry itself, come to Bechtel Jewelers for the Trunk Show, November 23rd and 24th. These playful pieces are a wonderland of sparkly blacks and whites, plus other festive colors. Gems like shimmering black druzy, onyx, and ice quartz adorn silver and gold. Enjoy sophisticated everyday elegance at the Trunk Show, November 23rd and 24th, and let your inner sparkle shine. Only at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 South, Inwood.
We welcome you back into the Butcher Athletic Center. The Shepherd University Rams sweeping the doubleheader today from Kutztown as the women got the earlier victory by a final of 70-62, and the men follow it up with a 76-63 win. And after a slow start, Matt, Shepherd really got things going and knocked down a bunch of threes to get this victory.
Yeah, and I thought Avery hit the nail on the head earlier. Shepherd and Kutztown got within 6 of one another, and I think that was a defining moment in the game. What was Shepherd going to do? Were they going to allow Kutztown to get back in the ball game, tie it up? What was going to happen? And at that point, Shepherd really put their foot on the gas and extended that lead out, got it back to double digits, and that is something we have not seen them do a whole lot this year, was capitalize when they had a lead late in the ball game. This was one of the best games they played this year, start to finish, offensively and defensively. Offensively, nothing's really going to stand out at you other than the number of threes they made, but they came in averaging 75.3 a game. They scored 76. What is impressive to me, they came in averaging giving up 72 points a game to their opponent, only gave up 63. And for a team that was scoring 81 points a game, a phenomenal day defensively. And you take away what Wesley Butler was able to do, and this is a much larger margin of victory for Shepherd today. A great win for the Rams, a great sweep, I should say, for the Rams, as the women got the win as well.
Well, and a big bounce-back victory after a very disappointing 62-61 loss on the road at Mansfield earlier in the week. For Shepherd to come home, feed off the energy, and get this impressive win. Now their third win in their last 4 games. Hopefully it can catapult Shepherd as they will be home again on Wednesday night. All right, let's go ahead and now take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we hope to get down to the sideline where Avery will talk with head coach Justin Namalik. Again, your final in the men's game. Shepherd gets the win over Kutztown as 76-63.
Maytag knows extra dirty clothes need extra cleaning power. That's why the power of the extra power button makes Maytag extra powerful. Wow, dirt doesn't stand a chance against this kind of power. Get a load of this. That laundry is stacked. Not bad, huh? The Maytag Extra Power Button. More muscle to tackle the tough job.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and ball pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's local market.
No, you're good.
We welcome in Hassam Ori, strength and conditioning coach for the Shepherd University Ram football team, works with that offensive line as well. Former Ram offensive lineman. It's a recruiting day. We've seen some players on campus checking out the Shepherd basketball program.
And you always know when it's a recruiting day because the coaches are always dressed a little nicer, and they always have at least one ring on. That is always a staple for recruiting day. They always have at least one Mountain East Conference ring on, or the runner-up ring from 2015. So that's a staple of when you know there's recruits in the building, and the recruits seeing 2 very good wins today for the Shepherd basketball team.
Yeah, outstanding effort from both the men and the women. Matt, as we quickly kind of break down how this men's game played out after a slow start, things finally got going really for both teams. We had a tie at 11 and then at a tie at 20. Shepherd was able to take a 3-point lead at the half, 33-30. They began to pull away, if you will, with a quick 7-0 run relatively early in that second half. The Rams pushed the lead out to 45-39, got it out into double figures, and then really never looked back as Kutztown just didn't have the firepower in this one outside of Wesley Butler, who came in as their leading scorer, averaging about 18 a game, and finishes this one with 24. We'll have the numbers for you coming up in just a few minutes after we get a chance to hear from Ram head coach Justin Namalik. Avery Newport standing down courtside waiting for that conversation.
Very patiently standing down there as well, I will say. But, yeah, it was really the Wesley Butler show. And I said that going into our last break, that if it wasn't for Wesley Butler, this is a blowout win for Shepherd. And they absolutely run away with this later in the game. Nobody else in double figures. Shepherd had a couple more contributors today than we have seen in recent games, and I think that helped them offensively be able to spread the ball out more. I'd have liked to have seen Kyle Daggett get in the scoring column more, because quite frankly, I think he had the ability to. I think he had several opportunities to get more baskets, and his teammates just could not find him. But again, we've talked with Justin Amlick about it, and that's just not the offensive game plan for them. So whether it's not finding them intentionally or unintentionally, that's not the way that Shepherd is going to play offensive basketball.
Matt, again, 7 players score for Shepherd, but only 2 of those go into double figures. Jarrell Jones scores 17, but on 6 of 16 shooting. Had a rough shooting night, but knocked down some big ones, no doubt about it. And then there's Thomas Lang. How about 6 of 9 from beyond the three-point line? He made 8 out of 14 shots, including 2 for 2 from the line. He finishes with 24. Just as important as Wesley Butler was to try to keep Kutztown close in some way, it was Thomas Lang who really helped to spread it out for Shepherd. All right, let's go down. Justin Namalik is with Avery.
All right, guys, I'm here with Coach Namalik. Coach, excellent second half for your team. Your guys were hitting shots left and right, inside and outside. What I really noticed was there's a lot of offensive production from all of your players today. What do you have to say about how your offense played?
You know, in the second half, I thought we got some really good looks. We were moving the ball really well. That's like the times we came down after a make and we ran offense, we did a great job of like being patient and making the defense work, and that's something that we hadn't been doing, because you know a lot of times when we push in transition on misses, we'll tend to shoot quick. You know, we'll get a wide open shot. So we've been talking about these last 2 weeks in terms of, all right, when we're coming down and running our stuff, especially after one ball screen, we need to get more ball screens. I think tonight we got to our second, our third ball screen in our continuity offense, and we were just making plays, making the right plays. So our guards did a great job. I thought like Daniel McClain-Corley and Philip Jordan did such a good job of getting into the paint and creating and finding the roller. They found Kyle a couple times. So, offensively, I thought we played really well in the second half.
You got Shippensburg on Wednesday. What's the plan for them?
I mean, they're really good. They got a lot of length. Coach Fight, I got a ton of respect for Coach Fight. He's done a great job of building his program. It's going to be a tough fight, man. They're very solid across the way. I think it's going to be very similar to the IUP game in that it's going to be a struggle for us to score. They're really good defensively. They got a lot of length. So we are going to have to make sure we're locked in defensively as well. And it's going to have to be a low-scoring game for us to have a chance to win.
All right, Coach. Thanks very much. Guys, back to you.
And there you go. Thank you, Avery Newport. Great job from down on the sideline. Our post-game conversation with Coach Justin Namalik. Well, let's wrap up our post-game show as we run some of the numbers from this one. Matt, we were talking just a moment ago about leading scores for both teams. Break us down with the rest of the scoring.
Yeah, talked about Wesley Butler having 24. Second in command was Kyrie Jenner. He finished with 9. That was 3 for 7 from the field. And then 8 points for Akello Mosby, but didn't see him a whole lot later in that ball game. And then a slew of guys just putting in a couple of buckets, including Taraje Break. He added 4, 3 for Bernstein and Aarons, 2 also for Michael Smith, 4 points for Sean Griffin. So just a bunch of contributors for Kutztown. They put, let me do the numbers real quick. That's 4, that is 8, 9 players in the scoring column for them today. Got good contributions, and even more than that, played and could not find the stat sheet when it came to scoring. For Shepherd, leading the way was Thomas Lang. He went 8 for 14 from the field, 6 for 9 from beyond the arc, 2 for 2 from that foul line. And 17 points for Jarrell Jones, another strong game for him, 6 for 16 from the field, 4 for 10 from beyond the arc, 1 for 2 from the foul line. He also contributed a rebound as well. 9 points for Kyle Daggett, 4 for 7 from the field. He went 1 for 2 from the foul line, also contributed 6 rebounds. 8 points for John Preston. He shot at a rate of 2 for 6 from the field, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, but did hit 4 free throws, and he was 4 for 4 from that foul line. Then 6 each for Dan McClain-Corley, Cam Stevens, and Philip Jordan. Marcus Gorham got some minutes, but could not find the score sheet. Did chip in a rebound. However, those are your individual numbers from this one. Matt, some team numbers.
Well, this game was won by Shepherd from the three-point line. Listen to the total field goals. 27 of 59 for Shepherd, 25 of 64 for Kutztown. But then three-pointers, just 3 of 15 for the Golden Bears. For Shepherd, 13 of 30. The Rams made 10 more three-pointers than Kutztown. And that's 30 points right there.
Yeah, again, they don't hit half those. We're talking about a different ball game. But, again, there's one aspect on each side that if it doesn't happen, then you're talking about either a bigger win for Shepherd or you're talking about a close game down the stretch. And that's, of course, again, the Wesley Butler not having the day he had, or Shepherd not hitting as many threes. Those are really the aspects on either side that could have been different.
All right, for Kutztown, 10 of 12 from the foul line. The Rams 9 of 13. Kutztown 41 total rebounds, 13 offensively, but the Rams able to overcome it without outside shooting. Shepherd had 33 rebounds, so they were, -8 in that category. 7 offensive rebounds. Great job with turnovers. Shepherd turned it over only 3 times to 11 assists for Kutztown. 7 turnovers to 9 assists. And that is a look at some of the numbers from this one today. All right, next up will be the broadcast coming your way on Wednesday. Shippensburg comes to town, and Matt, that is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the best team in the East, one of the best teams in all of the conference, one of the best teams in the country right now, and that's going to be a tough task. You heard Coach Namlik say that it's going to have to be another game like they had today, where it's going to have to be a great defensive day before they can even think about the offensive end of the floor, and looking forward to being down here on Wednesday for that doubleheader.
That is 5:30 for the women's game and 7:30 for the men's game, and we'll have coverage here on TV 10, and that will begin at around 5:15 with our pregame show. Well, special thanks goes out to each of our sponsors supporting our coverage. Thank you for joining us at each of our TV 10 and broadcast entities. We want to say thanks as well to Sports Information Director Chip Ransom. Thanks to Melanie Ford and all the folks here at the Butcher Athletic Center for their help and support with today's broadcast coverage. Our studio engineer is Eric Sterick. Our TV 10 cameraman, John Alderton. Thanks to Avery Newport down on the sideline. For Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller reminding you final scores today in the women's game. Shepherd gets the win over Kutztown 70-62. In the men's game, Shepherd gets the win 76-63. Until Wednesday, so long, everyone.
You've been watching play-by-play video coverage of NCAA Division II basketball featuring the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference and your Shepherd University Rams. Today's game has been brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. We deliver to your home. FordofHagerstown.com. Panhandle Dumpsters, because you have a choice. PanhandleDumpsters.com. The Mirius Group. Start planning for a brilliant future. The Joe Ferretti Law Office in downtown Martinsburg, delivering first-rate service and results for our clients. Green Tree Realty, a great place to call home. Jackie Lewis Broker, GreenTreeRealty.com. Mike Folk for Governor, accountable, ethical, responsible, Folk4WV.com. And by Smallwood and Small, an Erie affiliate, Total Insurance Solutions. TV 10 thanks you for watching today's presentation of Shepherd University Rams basketball. All rights reserved.